I'm gonna remove you right now.
Okay.
You can't see, but you're still there.
Right.
Hello, successionaires, and welcome to the TV and conference call talk show, The Road to Success. I'm your host, Professor William Murray, and as always, God in me greets and blesses the God in you. The talk show, The Road to Success, is a talk show, and it's all about you. What you need, the request I'm getting for shows, talk about any and everything. The session's always open for questioning. Although we do have a main topic, and the topic this evening is doing business with the federal government. The show The Road to Success is sponsored by the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. I'm also the president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, LLC, where millionaire mindsets, lifestyles, and businesses are made. We take you from idea to implementation and beyond. Tonight's show, y'all, is definitely where you're going to need pencil and paper. There's no doubt. We're giving out a lot of information this evening. I have a specialist on, a young lady who's going to talk all about contract, how to get contracts, what you need to do to get a contract, the government contracts, which right now are worth billions. I mean billions of dollars. Worth billions of dollars. So I want you to tune in, get ready, get your pencil and paper. I've been knowing this young lady for quite some time. She got me set up, got me running good, got me doing everything right that needed to be done for me to be able to get government contracts. And right now, seriously, that's the reason I've been telling y'all, right now is the best time in decades to open up and have a business. It ain't got to be large, because you work it out where small businesses can get big contracts. Hello? Small businesses can get big contracts. And that's how you grow. You can't be afraid. Anybody you know that has a business of any sort right now, call them. Tell them to tune in to the show, The Road to Success. They can dial 218-548-0510. PIN number 1950#. This is going to be one of the top shows that you want to tune in and take notes. I see I've got a lot of people coming on too. Wow, look here. Wait a minute, let me see if I can get this other system up and running. Oh, no, that ain't it. Ooh, there it is. Look here, y'all. Everything's falling right in line. Yep, everything's falling right in line. I don't know why my screen over here is acting weird and just eating, but I'm going to handle it. Doing business with federal government, like I told you, now is the time to make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, because the government is signing small business to nice size contracts. And I got a young lady on who's going to come in and going to give you all you need to know, because she did this for 40 some years for the government. I mean, she's already got the experience. It went across her desk to the money man. She helped people get anywhere from $200 to $500 million or more. If she can help them get the contracts, I know what she can do for you. It's not every day that we get an opportunity to have someone of this expertise. She done me. I tell you, she took my information and ran with it, and now I'm able to bid for large contracts. Call everyone you know and tell them. How you doing, John? Hotep, my brother. So this is what you want. Like I'm telling you, anyone you know that right now seriously has a business, call them and tell them to tune in right now to the road to success. They can go on any social site, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and it's live on there. Just put in William Murray, Murry, and start seeing me live. Or if you want to speak to Miss Lee, you can call 218-548-0510. PIN number 1950#. I'm giving you an opportunity right now to call whoever you know has a business. I don't care what it is. The government right now is hiring like crazy. The government is giving away billions. You heard what I said? Billions of dollars in contract work. See, what y'all don't realize is when you see all this stuff being done for the government, or these workers, or these contracts, these buildings being built, being cleaned, windows being put in, all this contract work of any sort. So you got to realize the government only governs. It gives contracts out for the jobs that needs to be done. It might as well be you that win a contract. Spread the word. Call Lottie Dottie and everybody. I'm trying to give y'all time to call your friends who have a business or thinking about a business, so you'll know what needs to be done, because it's not easy getting a government contract, but it sure does pay well, baby. It really, really does. So I want y'all to get ready, get your pencil and your paper. You got about 1 more minute to call everybody you know and tell them to tune in to the show, The Road to Success. It's on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the TV show, The Road to Success on Facebook. It's on the Murray Group. It's on, I got 9 sites that it's on right now live. And like I said, they can't get it that way, just call in and tune in. 218-548-0510, because we are going to be having a Q&A period. Hello, Miss Henderson. Glad to see you on. Maggie, and I don't know who these other ones are on here, because I see all these numbers, but I don't have no names beside them. Okay. Well, let's get this show, y'all, on the road. I want to introduce you. Well, I'm going to let this lady do it herself. Let me unmute. Let me go. Hello, Miss Lee. How are you?
Very well, Professor Murray. How are you?
Oh, dear, I'm so excited about getting you on, and with the information that you're going to give. Now, I know that you're going to give a lot of information, and I know it's going to be a ton, and I mean a ton of people that's going to notify you after this show, because I understand what it takes to do what you're going to tell them to do, and they're going to need help with it. But with the government giving out right now billions of dollars in worth of contract work, you are one of the main things right now that they need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question first and let you do this. Tell me this. Who is Miss Lee? Miss Priscila Lee. Who are you? What have you done?
Miss Priscila Lee is the CEO of the Procurement P&L Acquisition Services. And my main goal is to help individuals who want to enter into government contracting. It's not an easy playing field because there are a lot of requirements. There are a lot of steps that needs to be done. And you must bring your patients with you if you want to do this.
Now, one thing is for sure. You are going to have to get a professional to do this for you. It's not as simple as you filling out a contract. It is nowhere near that simplicity. You're looking at someone who tried, and I was just as lost. I was as lost as a guppy in the sea. I mean, I tried, and I said, "Oh, this ain't gonna work," because there's too much stuff they ask you that you have no idea about, you don't know nothing about, you've never even heard of. Now, you're talking about SAMS and MDOT. Do you want to tell them what that is?
Well, excuse me, SAM is the System Award Management. It is the platform that the government and the military utilizes to post their requirements, which allow the industry to seek information saying, okay, yeah, I have this business. I'm using for an example, landscaping. So I want to see if there are any government agency that needs landscaping services. So what do I need to do to get these services? Well, there are steps that you have to do to see if you can enter into contracting with the federal government. Okay. Basically, there are steps like, for an example, you must need to have your finance in order.
Yes.
Now, everything starts, and as I go through this, everything meets like a glove. Your finances must be in order. You must define your product or services. As I said, for an example, landscaping is a service. You have housekeeping is a service. Whatever your business is, you have to define that. That's first.
Okay.
Then in defining your business, you have to do a business plan. Some say business plan, some says operating agreement. Well, basically that plan is giving the reader some idea of what your business is about, your accountability, your personnel, your insurance, how you going to manage your business from point A to point B. There are several entities or several items that go into your business plan. Then in this plan, you will also identify if your business will be a limited liability company or a corporation. That's just the easy part right there. The next section is the commodity codes. You have to, now the government want to know how they are spending their money. And these codes would allow them, it's like anything else. We're going to categorize you based on codes, which is the first one, is the NAICS code, and that stands for the North American Industry Classification System.
So that's NAICS.
Right, NAICS, North American Industry Classification System.
NAICS code.
It's a 6-digit number. It allows the government to determine the service that they want to buy in the industry. As I use for an example, which I will be using landscaping as an example as far as service. The next code also helps the small business to decide whether or no if it's a small business arena that they're seeking or other than small business. The NAICS code also identifies your size standards. You got to have a size standard to determine if you're a small business. And most small businesses are ones that are starting off with this contracting issue. You have small business. Most of your large businesses already started. And one good thing about being a small business and as being a new kid on the block, as they would say, through this process, you have the opportunity to subcontract with large businesses because you are small. You're just getting started. You don't have all of the capital.
Right.
So you still have to go to, even when you go onto the website, the platform, which I will give you again, which is the System for Award Management, all of this information goes into that. All of this helped the government look at the industry and said, this is what we have. This is where the small business will come in and say, okay, this is what I want to do. And again, I gave an example of the landscaping. For another example, that NAICS code is 56730. That goes through the whole process when you're getting your information into SAM.
So once you get that next code, that's your number. That is period. That's it.
Well, that number is you would have to go to the website to search for that number based on your services.
Yeah, your type of service. Each type of service is going to have a different NACS number.
Yes.
All depends on what. See, your number, your NACS number tells them what line of service you're in.
Right, and also
Okay.
also it has to do with the budget.
Okay. And I see I got Miss McKenzie, I got Mr. Shell, Miss Green, Miss Young. I mean, I got people coming on. These people are interested in all of this, and those are the ones whose names pop up. Everybody's name's not popping up, but they coming on, Miss Lee. They're coming on now. For those of you that are on social media, if you have a question, type it into the feed, and I'll be able to see it to give it to Miss Lee. Because y'all, we buckle down, y'all. Have your pencil and paper. Buckle down. She's getting ready to give you some information. She's giving you billions of dollars worth of information. Now I got a question for you, Miss Lee. So they'll know that you know what you know.
All right.
How long did you do this for the government? With these contracts and up to billions of dollars that you gave people money for. How long did you do this?
I did it for about 42 years.
Oh, look out. You must start off with young now because you don't look much older than that.
Thank you, Miss Professor Bird.
Continue is okay. The NACS code.
Yeah,
okay.
You got to have that.
Yeah, that's one of the first things they ask for.
Yes, because again, all of this information goes into the SAM, System for Award document. System for Award system management for award. System for Award management. Okay, it's a lot of information. I try to make sure that I, put all of my sentiments down so that I can get them out to everyone. But it's so much, and if you get started in this,
you're not going to be able to give everybody everything this evening. Not complete.
No,
it's impossible. Because they don't realize when you're filling out trying to get a government contract. They want to know the first time you burped.
Yeah, they do.
And what flavor, whether it was Similac or breast milk.
They do. And again, you start off first identifying your business. You got your business plan. You have your NAICS code. There's a website that you can go on and really search. You have to put in a keyword. Just say, for an example, I'm using landscape. You put in landscape. It will give you the NAICS code for landscape. Okay, that NAICS code is also used in helping the small businesses to identify in the industry the dollar values that are going into the small businesses arena.
Yes.
You have a product service code that is a 4-digit number. It describes the different types of products and services purchased by the government. You got to have the NAICS code. You got to have the product service codes because all of that goes into the system, which is called SAMS. Okay. And we'll get to that in a few minutes. So now again, the NAICS code, the product service codes help to identify your size standards. Again, the government wants to have everything categorized money values. Okay, so your NAICS code and your product code help to determine your size standard. Okay, so the NAICS code that we use for landscaping, as I said, is 561730, and the small business, that is the Small Business Administration, SBA. This is how they code that code for small businesses. That means that anyone in the small business using that code, their amount is like 7.5 million in revenue for that particular code.
Yeah.
So therefore, as a small business, you would be considered less than 7,500,000 because you're just starting. So that helps small business administration to help determine, again, the industry as far as dollar value in this arena for landscaping.
You know, Mr. Let me ask you, size of your business does not hinder you getting a contract in a certain specific field of business, because they can hire more than one person, one company to do a job.
Okay, let me make sure I understand you, Professor Murray. When you're seeking to do business with the government, just say, if I wanted to do business right now, I have all of this information. I've put it into the SAMS platform or a SAMS site.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already ready. I've gotten, again, there's certain things that you have to get. You have to get certified as a small business. You have to go to SBA for that. Okay, so I have everything that I need to have. And I'm going to go to, there is a site called the FezBizUp, where it used to be FezUp, but now it has merged with the System for Award Management, SAMS. And
Okay.
I am ready to go in there and seek to see if landscaping solicitations are posted there. So I see that, but I'm a first time business owner. So I may not have the numbers of employees. I may not have the experience, and all of this play a part. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, again, with government contracting, you can become a subcontractor. So it's not where you're going to go in and get a contract right now. No, you can't do that. It's a process.
What other things they need? Now we've got two so far. We've got the NAICS code,
The product service code,
and a product service code.
and
What else do they need?
they are connected. If you got to have a product service code, you got to have a NAICS code, because again, all of this goes into the System for Award Management. I'm going to keep calling it SAMS. Okay. Before you do that, once you get all of that together, your next step is you must file an annual personal property return within the state that your business is in. Like we're in Maryland, so we have to file that report with the Department of Maryland Assessment and Taxation. If you don't have that, you may have all of this other information, but you don't have that piece. You got to get it. If not, when you enter all of your information into SAMS, you will be forfeit, because they want to see, when I say they, SAMS in the registration, they want to see that you have registered your business at that state assessment for taxation.
Now, something that we got to tell them that you got to do before you do all of that. You got, what about your EIN? You got to have your EIN number.
Yes, you got to have your EIN number.
Tax ID, because that's one of the first things they ask you for is your EIN number and your NACS number.
Yes.
And
yes.
you're done in Bradstreet. That's three things. The first three questions, period.
Yeah. I hadn't
Because
got
if you
that.
don't have a tax ID, which is your EIN number, everything ceases right there. And to get your EIN number, you can get that almost instantly. It doesn't take long to get your tax ID because the government wants to know that you out there and get ready to do business.
Yes.
And so you gotta have, but now here's a do not. And here is a do not. I can't say that enough. A do not. Do not use your social security number for a business. Never, ever, 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 ever use your social security number as a number for your business. Right. That's what your EIN number, as your tax ID is for. Your tax ID, like your social security number, is your identification number for your whole life. Your tax ID number is your number for as long as you have that business, as long as you live and you have that business. Mm-hmm. Same number.
And your tax ID number is attached or part of your SAM's registration.
Right.
These codes, your next code, your product service code, your DUNS number, all of this must go into SAM's. SAM's is a platform that the federal government, military utilizes to see what services the government's agencies are seeking.
Okay.
When you go into SAM registration, you enter your business legal name, your start date of your business, your contact information, and your TIN or EIN number.
Miss Leah, let me put something that came to my mind just now, because you said something my mind went dong. People, when you have a business and you have named your business, two things I'm going to tell you. Do not name your business your name. You're living dangerously. And the second thing is, I forgot that quick. Make sure that your business has not already been what's the word I'm looking for, Ms. Lee? You make sure your business name has not already been filed and under someone else has paid for your name. Because if you name it, like mine's Millionaire Mastermind Institute, if you go out there and you name yours that, I can sue you for everything you got. Mm-hmm. So you got to make sure that your name of your business is not already filed, claimed, and it's the word I'm using. I can't think of the word, Ms. Lee.
That they don't want.
Trademark. I'm sorry, trademark. You better make sure, you better do your research. Don't go out there and start getting jobs and start doing things. All of a sudden you open up a letter from the government that says stop and cease using this name. It has already been trademarked. So that is something that you must do. Yes.
Professor Murray, hello, Professor Murray and Miss Lee and Success and Mayors. I just wanted to add that also, if you start a business, even if you don't have a website, you need to buy that domain.
Domain. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Domain. Yep, that's right. That's the word I was looking for too. You know, I couldn't think of the word. So thank you. Domain. That's it. Thank you, dear. Yes, Miss Lee.
You're welcome.
Continue on, Ms. Lee.
Okay. So again, where was I? I indicated all of the commodity codes that you would need to go into the SAM's website. Everything is a fit like a glove. Your NAICS code,
Yes.
product service code, your TIN number, your tax assessment.
Yes.
Okay. And once you register this into SAMS, if it's anything that is missing, they will contact you. When I say you, the company or the business or the
Yes.
owner, whatever word you want to utilize, they will contact you. And it's not a process. Again, I just want to make sure everyone understands. It's not a process where you say, "Oh, I'm gonna get a government contract." No, you're not gonna get a government contract just like that.
No way.
You're not going to get it just like that because of the documentations that are required to get certified. And that's where SAM comes in to get you certified. And SAM also,
Tell them what certified means, dear.
where you get certified as a small business, minority-owned business, woman-owned business, that's where you have to go to the Small Business Administration.
And there are 2 certifications, state and national certification, if I'm correct.
You got the federal.
Okay, federal, yes.
You have the state, and whatever, like we have the Prince George's County, whatever county you're in. But all of this information trickles down to all of these certifications. When you go into SAMS, they want to know, are you certified as a small business, woman-owned?
That means, are you registered? Now, here's the thing that I learned that surprised me for Prince George County, and I got to give the county this much. The classes for certification were free, but you got to have it.
You got to have it.
And the classes were free. Now, I don't know about the other counties and other states, but Prince George's County classes are free to get certified. Now, I don't know what they charge you to get the certification, but the classes for you to get certified are free.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on, Miss Lee.
Yeah, they are free. And again, just everyone realize that going through this process, they may have information that you don't fully understand.
Oh, you're not. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm not stopping you, but you're not. Go ahead, Miss Lee. Don't pay me no mind. You go ahead.
Okay. So, excuse me. And as you enter all of this information into the SAMS, they may come back and say, okay, we want I mentioned about the business plan. They may come back and say, we want your past performance information. You a small business, you just getting started. You don't have any past performance information. Again, as I mentioned, that's where once you get used to this process, you would know that you would have to go to their platform again, which is FezBizOp, and that has been changed because they're now merging with SAM. There's a site that you can go in or go on. And again, when you're doing this research, that's where your NAICS codes come in. That's where your product service come in. That's where you have to identify it. If you are going to this website to determine what's out there in the government arena that where I can solicit my business to as landscaping. Market research is another thing you have to do. Yes, Professor Murray.
Now, I want to tell them about past performance, and it's going to be quick. It's going to take you 18 months to 2 years for you to get everything that you need done for contract, to put in for contract. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen overnight. I'm talking about maybe 18 months to 2 years. You can be working and getting jobs that have a past performance by the time you really have to have that. Am I correct?
Right. But again, that's where I was alluding to the fact that when you processing, what I'm looking for, not that word processing, but when you are or want to get in with the government arena for small businesses that doesn't have all of that information, that's where you have the opportunity of subcontracting. Okay. because you don't have all of the expertise that you need. Yes, you have your product service code. Yes, you have your NAICS code, but you don't have the experience. You don't have the capital.
Right.
That's why they allow the subcontracting opportunities with large businesses, and they are part of the solicitations that the government put on that platform, which is BizOp, which is now part of the SAM registration website. And it allows the small businesses that opportunity. They also, when I say they, the government also allowed joint venture where two small businesses, but it all depends on how that solicitation is released. And one thing about this arena, you should learn the terms when you're dealing with the contracting. Learn terms.
Okay.
That's where someone will help you. Just like, for example, when you doing IT, you don't understand a lot of the IT wording or language.
Terminology, yeah.
You don't. Because there's another part of the contracting arena, which when I say understand the language, you have the federal acquisition regulations that governs the contracts as far as clauses. So you need to have someone that can say, okay, this clause means we have to, as a large business, we have to set aside, or we have to have X numbers of small business as some contractors, because that would be one of those clauses that would be in the solicitation. Mm-hmm. So again, it's a lot to getting into this arena that takes patience and time.
Right, but the good thing about it, I'm not saying you got to go through it, but if you go through it once, you got most of your documents for the other bids you can put in. You can put in more than one bid. You ain't got to put in a bid and wait.
No, you don't.
You can put in more than one bid for more than one job.
And you can have more than one NAICS code.
Right. Because I got more than one. I've got, what, 3, 4 NAICS code?
Right.
Because it depends on what can fit in your category of your business that'll give you a NAICS code for another function.
Yes.
I'm telling you, y'all, I'm not saying this just to say this. If it were not for this beautiful lady here, Miss Lee, I would not be able to do what I'm doing and bid for these bids for these government contracts. I didn't understand the language. An attorney's going to charge you, oh my God, you better have a second, third mortgage on your house, because they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, because this is a lot of work and it is very, 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 very time consuming. Because she did it for 40-some years, she's got to know, because like I say, when the people who were getting the 200 to 500,000 to $1 billion contracts, they had to come across her desk. She didn't deal with the little contract. She dealt with the big money contract. So she knows what she's talking about. You're not going to understand the language. You're not going to be able to do it. You might as well face the fact, if you're going to get government contracts, you got to hire someone like Miss Lee. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't say you're going to try to do it yourself. This is one time you cannot do it yourself. This is a not do it yourself type proposition, because you're dealing with the government. Now, the government's going to be answering all your questions as you go along the way, and every time you send in the paper, they're going to send you another one, because there are steps to this. Miss Lee saved me. I'm not telling you a lie. She totally saved me. I turned everything over to her. Everything I needed, I gave to her, gave her the check, and walked away and let her do it. She called me when she needed. She sent me documents that I need to sign and have notarized and all of that. Because right now, and how many years has it been, Miss Lee, you done mine? I don't know. And they sent me a document last week that I had to send back in to renew and redo. What did I do? All I did was forward it right to Miss Lee, and she handled it. Continue on, Miss Lee. I'm sorry. I just got to put my little 2 cents. I just put my little 2 cents in this dollar conversation.
That's right, Professor Murray, because this is all up your line. Mindset for businesses.
Yes. I'm just pointing out things that they got to do, because you're the professional, and I'm the one that just like I say, put my 2 cents in this dollar. But like I say, if it wasn't for you, baby, dear, I would not be where I am. I would not have what I have, because I did not understand all that technical stuff. You doing it 40-some years for the government, I know you knew. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Professor Murray. But
Carry on.
Again, it's I just want to keep expressing that it's not where you can say, okay, I want to get I'm gonna get a government contract. No. Once you get into this process, you will see. But again, the main thing you need to have your finances in order, your business plan, your NAICS code, your product service code. Go to Small Business Administration within your area to help determine your size standard and your socioeconomic position. Okay, because Small Business Administration have programs for small businesses that don't have the funding. That's why you would go there to them as well, because they will help you in your socioeconomic programs, such as service disabled veteran-owned small businesses, woman-owned small business, minority-owned small business. And the government strive to award a certain amount of federal dollars to these programs. Again, back to the NAICS code, that's how they utilize to know how to spend or where to allocate these funds. That NAICS code based on your services. The product service code based on your services. Everything is putting the money on the table. How can we keep a track of what the government is spending and what they are bringing in as far as services?
Lines are open. Anyone out there, if you have a question, 218-548-0510. 1950-pound lines are open. If you're on social media, give a question and I will read what it is, or if you have a comment. Linda, the old bird, she said, thank you, Miss Lee and Brother Murray, for sharing this with us tonight. And that's my girl. She's down in South Carolina. So I've got people all over the country. I got them on the West Coast, right, Maggie? Miss Lee, what is it? Tell them how yes, continue on, yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please do.
So the past performance, so how do we acquire the past performance? I didn't quite catch that.
Well, past performance is what it says, past performance, how you have performed on other jobs for your services. Landscaping. If I want to do,
have to be on government contract?
No.
Or private. Okay, just
no,
okay,
because they want to know how you perform. So all of this is put into a database that the government have. So when the contracting officer starts doing their solicitation, they have several proposals in. So they have to identify, that is what word I'm looking for. That past performance could be utilized as an evaluation factor when evaluating proposals for landscaping. Another thing that again, when you are entering into this arena, you want to make sure, and I'm going back to the tax assessment. If you, whichever state you are in, and you have not pay that assessment each year, you would be penalized. You can't even get any further in doing anything, especially because Sam is not going to release your information.
It's private and it's government. That's right.
They're not going to release it.
Nope. You're
So-
going to have to give them everything they ask for privately. There's no doubt about it. They're going to know it. Like I said, they're going to know since the first time you burped, whether it was breast milk or Similac. They're going to want to know that. They're going to give you thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. And the process, like I told you, y'all have got to, you can't do this. There is no way someone who hasn't done it before can do this. Can fill out all this paperwork and understand all that terminology. Miss Lee, tell them how they can reach you.
They can reach me by my email acquisition is P. Let me make sure I have it right here. It's placqservices@gmail.com.
Do that again.
PLAC, Priscilla Love, Apple Charles Quincy services@gmail.com.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna ask you.
Can you repeat it?
It's,
Mr. Murray, I'm sorry.
yes.
Could you repeat that too? I can hear, but I can't hear that clearly.
Okay.
But if you can repeat it, you're
It's
pretty clear.
PLACQ
Services.
services @gmail.com. PLACQ services@gmail.com. Now, Miss Lee, I'm going to ask you
Okay,
to do.
thank you.
I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to give a discount. If anyone calls, don't look at me like that. I want you to give a discount to anyone who calls you and says that they heard this on the road to the show, The Road to Success. I want you to give a discount, and we'll talk about the discount. We can't give a price because it all depends on how much service you need as to what you get charged. But I'm gonna guarantee you that you're going to save at least $300 if you use and tell her that you heard on the show The Road to Success. Because see, it all depends on what you need, and what you need her to do. Because see, I've got her on retainer. Just like I had to send her, I haven't had to do nothing with her for almost a year. And then they sent me some more documents the other day, and I had to send it to her, and she had to call the people, and we had to do a three-way.
Right.
For me to get the information, and they didn't know that it was me, and she was representing me. She had permission to represent me because I put her. The thing is that they're gonna ask you, is she your representative? And through me, they know she can handle anything for me that needs to be done. But they still a lot of times they want you to be there when they do it. And now that you can't go to the office, which used to be in Baltimore, they do what they do. Or it was in Glen Burnie. What was it at? It was in Hanover.
Hanover. That's the
Maryland department. Now everything is done over the phone. So
Tell
a
me
lot
what
of
you're
times
talking about. Tell me you're not talking about Sam. You're talking about Maryland Department of Transportation.
Yeah, MDOT, Maryland Department of Transportation. MDOT. And those are two different things, y'all, but you got to have that too.
You still have to have all of this, your NAICS code, your product service codes, your DUNS number, your business in order, your taxation paid up,
certification.
Your certification as being a small business, etc.
I mean, y'all don't realize, y'all, this is a lot of work. So when you are, if you think we're kidding about the price, call an attorney and ask the attorney to do that for you. And when they tell you, be sitting down. That's all I can tell you. When they give you a price, be sitting down. Compared to what she's going to charge you, you're probably going to save 50% of the price or more. Because it's like I said, it's gonna take about anywhere. Well, she might be do it in a year, but I'm saying comfortable 18 months to 2 years. But you're talking about getting contracts, and as you grow, as your business goes for thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands and millions of dollars. It's worth it. That's what I'll tell you about this show. Whatever we charge you for our classes, or whatever we charge you for what she does, if we're giving you $1 million worth of information or doing $1 billion worth of work, where is what you're paying for it? Why is it's worth it? I know what she charges. I know what attorneys and other people charge, and it ain't nowhere near what she charges. See, I tell her something. You never work for money. You work for success. She is helping me help you build that $1 million company, that $1 billion company. She doesn't work for money. She works for success. What she charge you, probably a third of what anybody else would charge you. And she's got the experience, y'all, 40-some years.
And what I like about this is when I was working and there were contractors that would submit their proposal, a lot of this information was missing when we received their proposals. They didn't have a DUNS number. They didn't have a product service code. So we could not evaluate their proposal. So we had to send it back and said, return it, and said, okay, we can't review your proposal because especially that DUNS number.
And see, tell them what the DUNS number is. Well, what is the DUNS number?
The DUNS number is a 6-digit number that Dun & Bradstreet assigned to each company. What that number does is when the contracting officer check with Dun & Bradstreet, they will have on file whether your business is a risk, high risk, low risk, moderate, or whatever. Also, Dun & Bradstreet have a third party that contacts the companies to say, okay, we can be your IRS totally.
Your financing.
We will keep a track of your financing, everything that you submitted as far as solicitation. We keep a track of that. And they will utilize that to give to the government to say, okay, Johnson & Johnson, they are reliable based on their DUNS report.
Now, what my DUNS number did for me when I had clothing stores, I used to go to New York. I wouldn't have $300 or $400 in my pocket, but I would come back with $40,000, $50,000 worth of inventory. They would check my DUNS number. That's like your credit. So
Yeah.
your private credit ain't got nothing to do with your DUNS number. Your personal credit can be garbage. But if you can prove that you pay on time and that your company is worth it and you got a contract, they will finance you. They will make sure you get your inventory, so you can do that job. That's like I said, my store, I wouldn't have $300 or $400 in my pocket when I went to New York, but I'd like to come back with $50,000 worth of inventory. All I had to do is let them know I had a DUNS number. They would run my DUNS number and see how much credit I had under my DUNS number. Okay, Miss Lee. We're close to that. It's that time, Miss Lee. Give us I'm gonna bring you back because there's too much we got to cover that we couldn't cover. I'm telling y'all, if you can't reach Miss Lee, call me. I'll contact her for you. 240-619-2019. That's 240-619-2019. My mind went blank. I better watch it. I better lost it. But Miss Lee, you want to give any final words? Because I got to bring you back because there's too much we still didn't cover that we need to cover. An hour is not enough time to do cover what you do.
Because basically what we covered tonight is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just
Yeah.
what you need to get started, because once you get started, you're going to go into other types of certification that you need to obtain, other type of documentation that you need to submit. But this is just to get you started.
Yeah. And see, Miss Lee, the good thing about it, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Lee, you handled everything for me. I mean, all I had to do was is be available to sign the documents. When we need to go three-way, be available to have a conversation. You handled everything for me. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, you did it all.
I research your NAICS code. I
Yep.
research your products.
I didn't know about all that stuff. And you did it all. I mean, you did it all that time for the government, 40-some years. So it ain't like you don't know what it takes. And you handled the big contracts. Like, let's say the $1 million contracts. So what you did for me was a lot of work. I could have never did it. So I thank you. And, you know, I love you, dear. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
So just remember, folks, you're not going to just get a contract just like that.
It's not going to happen.
You have to get certified. That's the first hurdle you have to get over, is getting certified and getting into the system, SAMS.
And she can help you.
What to do when you get in there, how you navigate.
She can help you with everything you need, tell you how to get it, where to go, all that kind of stuff. She'll research it. So make it easy on you while you're still working, trying to build your business outside of waiting on this $1 million contract you'll get through the government. And with what Biden is trying to do with the Build Back Better plan, y'all, we got to get out and vote. If we can keep the House and keep the Senate, this Build Back Better plan is going to pass, and the government's going to have billions more dollars to give to the public and to the contractors. So y'all, I'm telling you, don't wait, because the longer you wait, you're going to miss out on the opportunity for these billions of dollars they're getting ready to release. Don't forget you're live, whoever you are. Don't forget you're live. We can hear you. Were you making a comment? Oh, okay.
No, sorry.
That's okay. Miss Lee, I want to thank, and I got to bring you back because I know this is not enough. This is just too much that we didn't get a chance to cover tonight. But we're just giving them the top of the iceberg, let them know what you got to start doing. That's why I told y'all to get pencil and paper. I knew you were going to need it. I did a TV show with this lady. I did shows at Prince George Community College through what she taught me, through this right here that she gave me. It's got everything in it that you need. And when you hire her, you'll get a copy of this, so you know what you need and you can follow it. Because then you go look at it and it's gonna be like Japanese arithmetic. I'm telling you. And this lady is a godsend. She's going to help us build this Black Wall Street through you, clients, customers, businesses. She's going to help us build that Black Wall Street.
But let me also add the fact that what is the good thing about being a small business that doesn't have all the experience? Again, as I said, you can be a joint venture, two small businesses.
Yep, subcontract
together and submit a solicitation, whatever the requirements are. That's one good thing about it. You don't even have to be a subcontractor to a large business. Joint venture.
Y'all, I'm telling you, PLACQ services at gmail.com and reach Miss Lee. PLACQ services at gmail.com. And if you can't reach her, call me 240-619-2019, because I got it on speed dial, baby. I I got her on speed dial. And I give her a lot of clients. I give her a lot of clients because people be calling me for everything. And it's just the fact of, with all this money out there and your business is struggling, y'all add this to it. Add this to all you gotta do is do it once. I mean, you're gonna have to each job put in, but you can use the same papers for each job. You don't get one, file for another. Don't get that one, file for another. File for as many as you want until you get what you want. And you're talking about growth. You can't go out and buy no TV, no car with the money, though, because the government going to know every penny you spend. Miss Lee, I want to thank you, dear. And I will be having you back because, you know, this is all month, listeners. This is Women's History Month. But on the Road to Success show, it's going to be Women's Black History Month. Because I'm going to bring in all these professionals. Each show, I do 2 shows a week, Monday and Fridays at 9 p.m. Y'all tell Lottie Dottie and everybody. This month, I'm bringing on all these professional women to help you, guide you, and get you that for which you're seeking.
Thank you, Professor Murray, for allowing me to address your audience tonight. I truly appreciate it. And thank you for your service with me and what I'm looking for, and not monitoring me.
Building and growing, baby. I'm your mentor.
Yeah, mentoring me, pushing me to say, okay, Miss Lee, you can do this. You got this.
I talked you into retiring. Ain't no shame in my game, dear. But I did talk you into retiring. Okay. Because I saw that we needed you out here. Do you know how many companies hire people like her? They can't do the work, so they hire her. Although their jobs are a lot larger because they're coming for hundreds of millions of dollars. Yes. You know, but you know, and go ahead and call her before she gets too booked up and tell you she got to put you on hold for 6 months because she got to catch up with her work.
Do your market research. All of that's part of identifying your next code and product service code. All of that, your market research.
Y'all talk to her. Talk to her. I'm telling you, talk to her. Go ahead and send her that email. Let her know you're interested and leave numbers for her to reach you.
And if I don't have the answer, I research it and give you the answer.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, y'all know what time of the evening it is. Y'all know, like I told you, this is the quickest hour of the week. And Ms. Lee, I'm going to have to bring you back probably next month because there's too much. You will get so many people who will call you now. And so much more you got to push. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, what she's giving you. 47 years experience. And she got to the point where she was the big kahuna, where she handled hundreds of millions of dollars worth of contracts. So that means she had to know what she was doing.
Yeah, you're not in the woods yet. You get in there.
Yeah.
You get in there.
Y'all hadn't heard nobody tell y'all none of this that she gave you. No work, and you get this, but here on the Road to Success at the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, 240-619-2019. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And Ms. Lee, thank you, dear. And like I said, you know I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Thank you, Professor Murray, and your audience very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, y'all, it's that time of Ms. Lee. You're still there because I can see you, so don't worry about it. It just went to me. You know, I tell you in closing, if you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It's not going to matter whether you're pushing or you're pulling, y'all. We're going to get there together. I do love you. Y'all, look at what the information I gave you tonight. You think that's not pushing you for you to pull me? Look at what you learned tonight. Look at the possibilities now that you know that you have with these billions and billions of dollars the government's getting ready to give away. And we're getting you ready for it. I love you, y'all, and ain't nothing you can do about it. So all I can say until next time is God bless and keep working on your road to success. Hold on, Miss Lee, will you and I be talking a moment?